Dear brothers and sisters in the faith, dear members of the congregation, fellow pastors.
My name is Dr. Harold Tomish. I am the director of the Specific Ministry Program, and I lead in that capacity through the efforts of Concordia University, Wisconsin, who's called me to serve in the district as well as teach at the university to prepare men for the ministry. I think of the Specific Ministry Program as being the kind of catalyst that brings together so many different ministries that need pastoral care that is designed specifically for one location or another. And we work with African Americans, we work with African immigrants, we work with the Hmong. But specific ministries are of all different types. We're working in prison ministry, we're working in family ministry, multi-site congregations that are developing new missions. Our program has allowed men to enter the ministry right here at home in Wisconsin while taking an accredited program with one of our two seminaries who provide the instruction after we give the initial orientation through 8 classes at Concordia University, Wisconsin. There are a number of dates that are critical to our specific ministry program each year. The opening service is very important to us. It happens every September. At the end of the year, which is just next week, we will be hosting our preaching festival, where men who are entering the seminary formally as vicars come fall are preaching their first sermon.
We'd like you to each go through your introduction and just get a sense of the space, the sound, who your audience will be, and share that, see how that goes.
And they will be articulating and preaching to their fellow students, which can be kind of intimidating, their first sermons. It's an exciting event. This is now the second group to go through it.
He is lost, but he is also found. Somewhat of a contradiction in our society, something we see as mutually exclusive. But as we'll see this morning, Benjamin will help us to remember that being lost doesn't have to do with physical location.
And those that went through it last time are looking forward to being in the audience, a little more experienced, having been in the SMP program this year, willing to embrace and draw these guys, these men, into our midst and welcome them into their first year of studies as vicars. The program began slowly a number of years ago. As our church disseminated this new route into the ministry, we had a great number of men initially show interest. Now, showing interest doesn't necessarily mean that you'll apply to the seminary. And one of my duties is really to also examine the suitability of candidates. This program is different than the residential program in that there's no placement committee at the end of 4 years of study to put you into a church to which you are suited. The suitability question is answered right at the beginning. In this first year of exploration, as they apply to the seminary and take the basic 8 classes, they determine specifically what area of church work they will work together with their pastors with and their supervising pastors in what area they'll work in. Our pastors are involved in their congregations from day one because they're assigned to a specific ministry by their calling congregation. And what we try to do is, like a co-op program, train them with 8 basic courses that lead them into the seminary. I'd be remiss if I didn't say how thankful we are to many people who have responded to our appeals through President Willie, to the district in our appeal campaign, the wonderful support we have for these pastors, the foundations that have looked at our application. It's such new work and such a new model for doing ministry, and it's meeting such success.